Hey YouTube, what's going on? Just a quick video just to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Gear S3. Is this watch still worth it in 2022? Well, I'm going to say absolutely yes. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because look at this thing. I mean, this watch is beautiful. The craftsmanship. I mean, it's like, let me just say this real quick. Samsung has come out with at least 4 or either 5 watches since this one. And this is by far my favorite smartwatch. It is. I mean, the design of it. I just like everything about this. You know, Gorilla Glass 3, stainless steel frame, Samsung Pay with MST, which is a big deal to some people. IP68 water and dust resistance. I mean, I remember taking this to a water park some years ago, and it was drenched in water all day, and I had no issues with this watch whatsoever. So the certification is real. For you that, you know, really never really test it, it's real, because this thing was submerged underwater, and I had no issues with it. So that's good. And you got the Super AMOLED display. You got this rotating bezel. And that's like really my favorite thing about this device. Look at this. I mean, it's so unique. I won't buy another smartwatch that don't have a rotating bezel. Like, I know I just bought that Huawei GT, but I sent it back because it just wasn't cutting it. But this is what makes this watch so unique, is that rotating bezel. I love that. And then you have the option to use your finger or the rotating bezel. I just love that. I think more smartwatches that come out should implement this if they really want to sell their watch. I mean, seriously, because that rotating bezel is awesome. Okay, you got the OS, you got Tizen. I like Tizen. I have no issue. I love the way that you get your notifications, the way they pop up. I love it. You got the Exynos 7 Dual 7270 CPU, dual core, 1.0 gigahertz. Internal storage is 4 gigs. You do have one speaker. Now, I usually keep, you know, everything on vibrate, my phone, my watch, everything, because hearing noises all day would just annoy me. So I just don't I just don't mess with it. But it can get decently loud, where if you want to hear your notifications, you would be able to if you want to. So it does have the one speaker. Bluetooth 4.2, GPS, it has NFC. Samsung Health is really good. I use it a lot. Like, you know, when I monitor, sometime when I go to sleep and I want to monitor my sleep, all I do is, you know, keep it on my wrist, just go to sleep, and it'll automatically record me sleeping and let me know how well or how bad I slept that night. I love that. Also, let me just show you real quick. You go into Samsung Health. See the way I got some things set up in here. Okay, like right here, you can see my steps. You can see my calorie count, how many floors, and my heart rate. So I really like the Samsung Health. And if, say, and you know, you got your heart rate right there. Now, say if you started walking and you're walking for a long period of time, you're walking at a good steady pace, this will pick that up and let you know to keep it up, that you're doing well and stuff like that. I like that. And the heart rate monitor, I already mentioned that. S-Voice, I don't mess with that. The S-Voice on this thing is complete garbage. You know, this should have had, what you call it, Google Assistant, because S-Voice is horrible. Don't ever use that. You got the wireless charging on this. You know, you stick it on the stand, and it'll automatically wirelessly charge it. Now, the only thing bad about that is that the wireless charging on this thing is extremely slow. I really hate it. It takes over 2.5 hours to fully charge this thing from zero. It just takes forever. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Now, with the 380 milliamp battery in here, like Samsung was claiming when this first came out, 3 days, and that was true. Now, if you use the always on display like I do, I get about a day and a half, but you'll definitely get through a day. And I just like to keep the always on display on. That's just me. Like, I'm the type of person, when I look down at my watch, I always want to be able to see the time. I don't want to have to constantly turn my wrist to see the time. That gets annoying for me. It really does. So I don't want to do that. Now, when you go into here, I have all kind of different sorry, going the wrong way. I got all different types of different smartwatch faces that you can use. There's so many in here that you can use. Let me try and show you my second favorite one. I can bring it up real quick right here. And this came with the watch. This is one of my favorite ones right here. I love this one. It looks so elegant. Now, I know y'all probably wondering, this is not the way it normally looks. No, I put this bezel on here. I'll put the name of this down in the description below, and you can get it right off Amazon. It's something that you put right on top of the bezel. It just sticks right on top of it, and I love it because you can. I think they offer at least 3 or 4 different colors. I like the silver. Now I got a black band, but I gotta get a silver one to match the color of the bezel, and so that's what makes this stand out a little bit more. Gives it a little more pop. Now there is a Bluetooth version and an LTE version. I don't have the LET. I got the Bluetooth because I'm never going to be without my phone, so I didn't need the LTE version. And the thing that's really cool about this watch also, you can make and receive calls and text messages and get notifications. And you can respond to text messages. Unlike the Huawei GT I had, you could not respond to text messages at all, and I didn't like that. So you could pretty much do whatever it is you want to do with this watch. Now, let me show you something real quick that I like a lot on here too. Of course, when you're playing something, you can see the art, the art cover of it, something I was listening to earlier. When you turn it again, you get a full calendar. Like, this is one of my favorite apps on this whole device, is this full calendar. I mean, you can see the whole calendar. I absolutely love that. And here you got your settings, and you could change this however you want. Now, I didn't set up my contacts as of yet. You can see the weather. You turn it again. You can set up an event for the day. Turn it again. You can set up an alarm. Now you can get your news. All you do is tap on something, and it'll bring up your news. And you tap on it again, and then you can just start reading what it is. Well, I haven't used this in a while because it's kind of small. So, but you can get news. I already showed you this earlier. Of course, I forgot what this was. I know this was some kind of reminder. And you got your heart rate monitor. And these are how many steps I've taken so far today. The target is 7,400. And you can see it got the days at the bottom. I love that. And that's it. You can add more widgets if you want. And if you go back this way, you can see your notifications and how they look. And I liked about these, they're nice and big and easy to read. I mean, they're not huge, but they're easy for me to read because I need reading glasses. But these are definitely big enough for me to read, and you can see all of them. All right, so if you want to actually go into one, you just tap it and you just scroll up. Now you could use the bezel to do this, but you can see, it's just, I just love this device. I really do. It's my favorite my best smartwatch that I've ever owned. I own the first 2 original Huawei watches, which I love those, but the watch face is just a little too small for me, but I love how elegant they are. I love the Gear S. That was my favorite up until this one. The Gear S2, I didn't like that at all. It was way too small and very bland looking. And then when they came out with the Gear S3, this won my heart, and this has been my favorite smart watch since. And I'm talking, this came out in 2016. So it's been around for 5 years, and all the watches that Samsung has come out with since this one, none of them made me want to buy them. Like, I didn't see anything so stylish and groundbreaking and great that made me want to buy them. Like, they just look blah, like, for me. I mean, that's just me. So I just didn't feel a need to buy those. So this is still a great watch. I have no reason to upgrade. If anything, Samsung should make a bigger a watch face and add a little more pizzazz to the bezel. And I think they will sell more. Like, I'm not saying just make a big size, but make a bigger size than 46. Maybe make a 48 size or a 50, and then make a 46, and then make a 42 for people that like smaller you know, watch faces. But most men love big watch faces. I just believe that. Now, not all, I think just most. So this is big enough. I wouldn't mind it being a little bit bigger, but I absolutely love this smartwatch. It is a must-have. If you're considering getting a smartwatch, get the Gear S3. You can find this for maybe about $150 now, or $170. But when it first came out, it was $350. And I paid $350, and it was well worth the money. I'm not going to lie. That's a lot of money for a watch, but to me, it was well worth it. Like I said, I get a 1.5-day battery life because I keep the always on display on all the time. But if you want to, have it where you're turning your wrist and it's dark, then you'll probably get 2 to 3 days. It's very possible. And also keep in mind, I have my my brightness up 100% because like I said, just like my smartphones, I like everything super bright. So that's me. I absolutely love this. I can definitely highly recommend this smartwatch in 2022. And if you're trying to save money, this is the one to get. And unless you don't like something quite this big, at 46 millimeters, you might want something smaller. I'm not sure if they have one at 42. I don't think so, but I could be wrong about that. But I highly recommend this. This is definitely worth picking up in 2022. And I don't see myself upgrading to any more smartwatches. If anything, if the battery just gets really bad, I'll just go get another Gear S3. That's how much I love this watch. I'm just trying to, y'all, I just want to help y'all understand how much I love this watch. And you could definitely change the bands on this. So many different bands you could change, but I love this one because it's magnetized and you could adjust the tightness however you want. So once again, thank you all for taking the time to view this this content. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave a comment below if you agree with me about the Samsung Galaxy Gear S3. Love this watch. All right, y'all take care, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.